The new Addams Family spin-off, Wednesday, dropped on Netflix on November 23rd to positive reviews from critics and audiences alike. Not surprisingly, much praise went to Jenna Ortega for her performance in the title role of Wednesday Addams. So stay tuned and don't go away, because we're about to reveal facts about Jenna Ortega that you didn't know. First up, what are facts about Jenna Ortega you never knew? You're about to find out. The hit Netflix series Wednesday explores the story of Wednesday Addams, the only daughter of the Addams family, who is enrolled in the Nevermore Academy after being expelled from her previous school. Wednesday tries to solve a murder mystery at the academy as she struggles to come to terms with her newfound psychic abilities. Because the show is getting so much love, fans want to know as much as possible about the young, mysterious starlet playing the titular character. So we're going to help fill in some of those blanks. 20-year-old Jenna Marie Ortega was born in sunny Coachella Valley, Palm Desert, California, and she auditioned for the role of Wednesday while she was busy shooting the horror movie known simply as X in New Zealand. And believe it or not, much of the credit for her landing the role of Wednesday Addams can be attributed to the popular video conferencing program Zoom. Ortega auditioned for Wednesday during a long-distance video call with Tim Burton, and because she was in the midst of shooting X, she didn't have time to remove the makeup used for a gory death scene. During a recent interview, Ortega revealed, "When I met with Tim Burton for Wednesday, I had stage blood and glycerin sweat in my hair and a massive cut on my face and had been up for over 24 hours. I got on Zoom and he actually laughed. It made me laugh. I thought it was endearing." I think we can all agree that Burton made a wise choice in choosing Jenna Ortega. Next, was Jenna Ortega in 2013's Iron Man 3? Let's take a look. Jenna Ortega was only 11 years old when she was lucky enough to snag a minor supporting role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Iron Man 3. She played the daughter of Vice President Rodriguez, who partners up with the villain Killian under the promise to cure his daughter's disability, and although Ortega only appeared in one scene, it was enough to get her noticed. Ortega is part of a small yet special club of actors like Jenna Coleman and Kate Mara, who were basically unknown when they landed small roles in the MCU. From there, they were able to secure larger ones, and today, they're famous. Another lesser-known fact about Ortega is that she actually learned to play the cello in real life as she prepared to play the role of Wednesday. Wednesday Addams' cello playing is frequently featured in the Netflix series, and Wednesday's cello playing has a sort of gothic sound to it, which is perfect considering her dark tastes. For the sake of authenticity, Ortega took the extraordinary step of learning to play the cello, which, along with the violin, is considered to be one of the most difficult instruments to learn how to play in the world. And the time it took her to learn how to play the cello before shooting began? 60 days. Incredible! Ortega recently discussed her cello playing and explains, "I probably couldn't play too well now just because I've been away from home so much working, but it is something that I want to continue to pursue. I have immense respect for anybody who plays the cello. I think it's such a delightful instrument." Up next is Netflix's Wednesday, Jenna Ortega's first time working on a hit series? Nope. From the time she was only 12 years old, Ortega played a younger version of the protagonist, Jane Villanueva, in the hit CW series Jane the Virgin. Portraying the child version of Jane was one of Ortega's first big roles, and actor Gina Rodriguez won a Golden Globe for playing the adult version. But the real added bonus of playing Jane for Ortega was that she was able to play the younger version of an actor she greatly admires and looks up to. 5 years ago, when Ortega was only 15, she gave a candid interview and discussed how Rodriguez was a tremendous inspiration for her fledgling career, saying, "I always get to see her on set, and she is one of the sweetest people I have ever met. I love her so much. Every time I see her, she gives me some life lessons." But here's another lesser-known fact about Ortega's role in Wednesday, and this one might surprise you. When Jenna Ortega took on the role of Wednesday, she wanted there to be a clear difference between her and Christina Ricci's Wednesday portrayals. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly, Jenna revealed, "I think when Ricci was on set, neither one of us said Wednesday once to each other. I didn't want to rip her off, and I didn't want to be too much like her. Jenna's comments speak to the grasp that she has on her craft. Every actor knows that if you're playing the role of a character that has been done before, you shouldn't try to copy or emulate a previous actor's version of the character, but make the performance and the character uniquely your own. Some might even say it's acting 101. Stay tuned and don't go away, because we're dropping more facts about Jenna Ortega that you didn't know about. Next up, what is it about Netflix's Wednesday that Jenna Ortega is most proud of? You're about to find out. Unfortunately, when the casting for the hit series was first revealed, there was some online backlash regarding the casting of people of color in roles typically played by white actors. In particular, Jenna Ortega's casting as Wednesday and Luis Guzman as Gomez Adams was the subject of right-wing criticism and even hate. What's most confusing about these right-wing haters, though, is that Gomez is a Hispanic name, and film star Raul Julia, who portrayed Gomez in the Addams Family blockbusters of the 1990s, was 100% Puerto Rican. So the criticism coming from these right-wingers seems out of sorts and completely misguided. In any event, Ortega hasn't let the online hate and trolling turn her smile upside down. She's of the firm opinion the change to the character is actually more accurate, especially when you consider the fact that Gomez, Wednesday's father, is Latino. The truth is, the 90s films got it all wrong, and Netflix's Wednesday is getting it all right. During a recent interview, Jenna explained, Wednesday is technically a Latina character, and that's never been represented. So, for me, any time that I have an opportunity to represent my community, I want that to be seen. Up next, is Jenna Ortega considered a Scream Queen by horror fans? You bet! The coveted Scream Queen title or designation is not one that is bestowed to actresses willy-nilly or haphazardly. No, they have to earn it. Just ask Jamie Lee Curtis, Hollywood's most famous Scream Queen of all, who earned the title after countless horror encounters and escapes from the clutches of the silent, white-masked killer known as Michael Myers. Curtis's screams are the stuff of cinema legend, but now there's a new Scream Queen in Tinseltown, and her name is Jenna Ortega. It seems that at least some fans are passing the torch to Ortega, who has previously starred in multiple horror movies in her brief career, including X, Scream 5, and The Babysitter, Killer Queen. Fans of horror movies consider Ortega to be a modern-day Scream Queen. Ortega has played the final girl roles on numerous occasions, and her contributions to the horror genre are not going unnoticed. Many horror fans are calling her one of the best new Scream Queens of the past decade. As you can see, Jenna is a woman of many talents, and now she's adding novelist to her list of accomplishments. Many famous actors venture into book writing, and back in 2020, when Jenna was only 18 years old, she released her first book titled It's All Love: Reflections for Your Heart and Soul. The book contains personal accounts about her life, and there are even chapters about faith, manifestation, and most importantly, improving mental health, which seems to be a very popular subject these days. What do you think of Jenna Ortega's performances in the horror genre? Do you feel she's one of the newest Scream Queens? We'd love to know your thoughts, so drop those comments down below. Finally, was Jenna Ortega terrified about playing Wednesday? Considering Ortega's seemingly effortless performance and stone-cold exterior, it might be hard for some to believe that she was afraid to step into the role of Wednesday Addams, and having Christina Ricci present on set and starring on the show only made matters worse for the young starlet. The Wednesday character first appeared on television in the 1960s, and since then, the role has been reimagined by many different actors. As a result, fans had high expectations, and this meant that Ortega had a lot of pressure and weight on her shoulders. If you're a young actress, there's one iconic character that you don't want to butcher, and it's that of Wednesday Addams. Ortega recently opened up about how she felt when she learned that Ricci was joining the cast of Wednesday, and confessed, "I genuinely felt like I was having a panic attack. I was terrified. She's a really cool lady. I was fine meeting her, but the first time we did a scene together and she had to see me done up the way she was done up 30 years ago, it was nerve-wracking. I bet. Talk about piling on the pressure." That's a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more great videos.